Top of the third inning, the axe throwing taking place down the first baseline. I don't think it's as good as the one yesterday, Riley, when they had like 3 straight bullseyes or something. That was fantastic yesterday. Ryan Castillo warming up, and there we go. We've got some good action. What do we got? We got a bullseye over there? Come on, center that thing over here. Come on. Oh, there we go. Nicely played. Yep, well done. Piper in there giving a high five. Well done down the first base line. Getting ready for the top of the third. Brock Sell, Dylan Moss, and Alec Blair. Just checking out my Twitter. As Stones McCoy has posted the link to join the game on Twitter and see that Cliff Stahl has followed me. Cliff Stahl, the father of Drew Stahl, the great Potter legend who plays, I think, for Oral Roberts University, who just got eliminated today in the college baseball tournament, but drew a tremendous pot and a tremendous family. So we say hello to the entire Drew Stahl family. Here's Brock Sell, and I was thinking if Brock Sell had himself a jersey and it says Sell on the back, he could go to the A's games and be very popular. That's just what I'm thinking. I have a very dear friend who's a big A's fan. I think she would definitely want a Brock Sell jersey so she could wear that to the ball game and represent. Left-handed hitter, grounded to second his first time up. He's hitting in the number 1 spot and playing right field out of Tokay High School. Takes a fastball in there for a strike from Castillo. Ryan has just given up 1 hit. He struck out 4 in the first 2 innings, but that hit a 2-run home run by Chase Bentley. That one's inside. It might have hit him. And Rock is acting like it did because he just threw the bat away. So we're going to take that as a sign, put him down at first base in our official scorebook. And Dylan Moss will come up to the plate. Dylan struck out looking his first time up out of IMG Academy. Playing out in left field for Prime. Or for Alpha. That's how we're saying it, right? I'm sorry. Riley the engineer. Good lead at first base by Sell. First pitch is just inside and almost hit him. 1 ball and no strikes. Throw over to first base trying to keep Sell close, and he went to head first back, and I don't think he needed to. I'm just going to say that outright. But again, he's wearing the Sell jersey, and he is getting a very good lead, and he's going to go back head first again. J.T. Walden over at first base has not even applied a tag yet, so that's how seriously he considered it. But Sell, now a little shorter lead. Now he's inching out a little bit. Does not go as that pitch again inside and almost hit Dylan Moss. So Moss ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. As we start the top of the third inning here from McBean Stadium. Lovely McBean Stadium on a great night for baseball. I feel like Sell might go, but he doesn't, and it's inside again. So inside not working for Ryan Castillo. He's tried it 3 times in a row, and Dylan Moss gets out of the way every time. So it's 3 balls and no strikes on the right-hand hitting left fielder. And the cowbells come out, which is always a welcome sound. Kind of like the peacock in our open, which is just embarrassing. 3-0 pitch caught the inside corner. He was going after it every time. He finally got it, so now he knows where it is. 3 balls and 1 strike. That one is fouled off, and that also was inside on the hands of Dylan Moss. Down in the second row behind home plate is Mama Kay. I know it because she has a jersey that says Mama Kay. So that really helps me up here. If you wear something that tells me what your name is, that really helped me when I try to announce you to the crowd. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Dylan Moss. Alec Blair will follow him. Piper doing some glad handing down behind home plate. Well, you know, not on the field, but you know what I mean. Walking by Mama Kay, high-fiving people, and squaring off against an older gentleman. Please don't do that, Piper. 3-2 pitch inside, ball 4. So 2 on, nobody out here in the top of the third for Prime, and it's Alec Blair who walked his first time up. Big left-hand hitting center fielder out of De La Salle High School. Brock Sell hit by a pitch. Dylan Moss working a walk on a 3-2 pitch, and every pitch was inside, even the ones he swung at. So a very stressful at bat, I think, for Dylan Moss, who leads at first base. Blair takes down low for a ball, 1-0. Alonso Alvarez to follow Alec Blair. Castillo tries the breaking ball, but it misses outside. 2-0. Two teams meet again tomorrow, 1:05 right here at McBean. Military Appreciation Day, as is every Sunday. Castillo pivots to throw to second, but nobody covering. Mancy at short, Freethy at second, and JR has moved way over to the right side with the left-hand hitting Blair at the plate. So it's on Luke Mancy to try to keep the runner close. And he tries to go again, and it's a fake throw from Castillo. That time Mancy was behind the runner, but not really a lot of daylight there. Two 0 pitches in there for a strike. 2-1. Check swing, and it's in there for a call strike. 2-2. Blair not really agreeing with that, but he's going to have to learn to live with the consequences. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sell at second, still getting a pretty good lead with Mancy behind him. JT Walden, of course, at first playing behind the runner. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball's lifted into center. Eaton coming on, and he's going to get it on a hop. He's going to try to get him at second. He got him, but it pulled him off the bag, and everybody is safe. So Cole did a tremendous job, deking it like he was going to make the catch, got the ball on a hop, threw it to J.R. Freethy, but pulled him off the bag just slightly. It'll go down as a base hit for Blair. It'll load the bases with nobody out. Second hit of the game for Alpha Prime, and will bring up Alonso Alvarez, who hit a line drive to center field his first time up to end the top of the first inning. So Alonso is 0 for 1 out of Heritage High School. Left-hand hitting catcher. Takes a fastball on the outside corner, so it's 0-1 on Alvarez. Just a really good play all around from Cole Eaton, except his throw was just a little bit off and pulled Freethy off second base. It's fouled off by Alvarez. A little bit late on that swing, so it's 0-2 on Alonso. Left-handed hitting catcher. He's got Sell at third. He's got Moss at second and Blair over at first. Alvarez takes a fastball outside. Next Tuesday, it's the West Coast Kings into town, the 6:35 start. 2 for Tuesdays, of course, thanks to Loomis Basin. That's in the dirt for a ball. 2-2. Wednesday an off day. Then Thursday and Friday, the Menlo Legacy return. West Coast Kings back on Saturday, and on Sunday, it's the San Francisco Seals coming to town for the first time. 2-2 pitch is fouled off behind us. Stays 2-2. First league game, first Pacific Empire League home game will be a series against the Humboldt Crabs, June 18th, 19th, and 20th, and that's followed immediately by the Medford Rogues coming to town, 22nd and the 23rd. You want to get tickets for those. Those are going to be great games. The Pacific Empire League. High 3-2. Opening the season at home against Humboldt and Medford. It'll be a tremendous, tremendous stretch of games. LincolnPotters.com for tickets and for more information. Full count now on Alvarez. Hits it sharply, but I think foul. I think foul down the first base line. It's on the right side of the bag. Alvarez is still going. Everybody's still going except the umpire who called it foul about 20 seconds ago. Alonso just smoked it, but it was to the right of first base, which constitutes a foul ball. So we'll go again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. I think Alonso's going to need a minute just to catch his breath out there as he ended up close to second base on a foul ball. Roxell hung out to hand him his bat back, and then Brock's going to go back to third base. Obstacle course bounce house is insane down there, Riley the engineer. It's just a rocket. There's probably like dozens of kids in there. I don't even know if it's legal, to be honest with you. Full count again on Alonso Alvarez. Hits that one well to left field. Albro is coming up. He's going to make the catch. Sell will tag. He will score. The throw comes in and is cut off by Brett Griffiths. So the run scores. Brock Sell across the plate as a sacrifice fly for Alvarez. And Prime leads it now 3-0 as Blair stays at first, Moss staying at second. Good job by Albro to fight the sun out there in left field and make the catch. So here's Mason Pike, who struck out his first time up. Puyallup High School for Mason Pike, who takes inside. I think that hit him on the knee or in the leg area, so he'll go to first base. That will load the bases again. Second hit batter of the inning. And we'll bring up Luke Corneliuson. He walked and scored in the second inning. Scored on the Chase Bentley home run. Chase moves into the on-deck circle. Corneliuson out of Harbor. Headed, according to this, to Arkansas. Right-handed hitter. Playing at third base and takes a high fastball for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes on Corneliuson. We have the bases loaded. We have 1 out in the inning. We have 1 run scoring on the sac fly from Alvarez. That's hit up in the air to right field. Doyle's going to track it down. Jacob makes the catch, guns it to the plate. It's a little offline, and it's backed up by the pitcher, Castillo. So it's a sacrifice fly as Moss scores. Corneliuson gets an RBI. Makes it 4-0 in favor of Prime and brings up Chase Bentley. Going to third on that was Blair, but staying at first is Mason Pike. So first and third, 2 outs, 2 in. And Bentley, who had a 2-run home run his first time up at the plate. Takes that one in there for a strike, 0-1. Chase out of Granite Bay High School. Slated for Texas A&M. Out of College Station. 0-1. Fastball high and inside. 1-1 Cole Dillon behind the plate. For the Potters in this one, newcomer. One pitch is swung on and missed by Bentley. In a hole 1-2. I believe he was down 1-2 the first time, and that didn't work out well for the Potters as it disappeared in those trees in left field 370 feet away. So Ryan Castillo trying to make sure that does not happen again. Pike leading at first base. Blair over at third. 1-2 pitch is lined to the lefty, short off the glove of Mancy into center field for a base hit. That will score a run, and getting back is Mason Pike to second base. Bentley with his third RBI. Blair scores. Second hit of the inning, third in the game for the Alpha Prime team, 2 of them by Chase Bentley, and that'll bring up Troy Olson, the first baseman, the Dueling Dogs batter today. So Troy out of Rockland, California, playing out at first base for Alpha Prime, left-handed hitter. He's got runners at first and second. Swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. So 2 hit batters and a walk in this inning, a single, 2 sacrifice flies, and another single. Rashad Hayes on deck. Swinging a foul. So quickly 0-2 on Olson. And the Dogs begin to start chirping. Potters are looking for something to redeem this inning, and maybe half off of Dueling Dogs will do the trick. For Potter fans, I think it will go a long way. 0-2. Hit sharply out to shortstop. Mancy has he's going to go to short way at second for the force, and he is out. Fielder's choice ends the inning, but not before 3 runs scored. We go to the bottom of the third. Potters down 5-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Welcome back to the bottom of the third. Hopefully you're enjoying the tremendous dancing that we're being treated to. The only problem with it is it's going a little longer than the usual inning break, and so Chase Bentley is waiting out on the mound, and poor Riley is trying, Riley the engineer, of course, is trying to match the commercials to the fact that the dancing is about 3.5. Well, I think we've gotten into about 4 minutes now of tremendous dancing. Everybody's loving it, and I have to applaud them. Bravo, bravo. So now it's time for some more baseball. Pottersville, big hole, 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. And it is Cole Dillon that'll start us off, the newcomer, making his first appearance. Had a base on balls in the first inning. Made it as far as, well, he didn't make it at all because they had a double play on the next batter. That's lined. Nice play at third base by Corneliuson. Reached out and got that one, and it's not easy with that sun over there, but he made an excellent play, and Dillon's bid for a base hit is denied, and here's Cole Eaton. The product from Elkhorn, Nebraska, and University of Tennessee hit into that double play, and a great play by Mason Pike at shortstop as he short-hopped a line drive and turned it into two. Eaton takes on the inside corner for a strike, so Cole now 6 for 15, 400 so far as a Potter. Takes that one. It's also in there for a strike. So Bentley seems to have found the range a little bit more here in this third inning. He walked 4 in the first 2 innings, but didn't give up any runs. Check swing, and it's outside. Alvarez behind the plate blocks it. Jake Tandy to follow as the Potters try to break into this lead. Fastball's a little bit too high. So it evens the count to Cole Eaton at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball's popped up. Giving chase is Alvarez, but that's going to be in the stands. The well-populated stands here at McBean Stadium, who right now are not happy with the way things are going as their Potters trail at 5-0. Breaking ball's hit high up in the air, short center field. Blair, now he comes in a lot at the end and makes a running catch for the out. Didn't think it was going to get out to where he was standing. He came in about 20 feet there in the last couple of seconds, made the catch. 2 outs quickly here in the 3rd inning for the Potters, and Jake Tandy will be the hitter. Jake hitting .407 with 3 home runs and 18 runs batted in the first 6 games of the season. He walked back in the 1st inning. Right-hander against right-hander Chase Bentley. Activity now in Alpha Prime's bullpen. Bentley delivers outside for a ball. Potters had some activity earlier on in their bullpen. Castillo's thrown a lot of pitches through the first 3 innings. Tandy swings and misses at a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jake out of West Sacramento, California, University of the Pacific. That one's hit up high in the air to center field. Blair coming in again. Second baseman Hayes going out. Now Blair calls him off and makes the catch in short right center. So quick inning for Chase Bentley. We go to the top of the 4th. Prime on top, 5-0.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had him by the collar, said he caught him.
Top of the 4th inning from McBean Stadium on Hispanic Heritage Night. The Potters trail at 5-0. It's Rashad Hayes, then Broxell and Dylan Moss, the first 3 hitters, against Ryan Castillo, still out on the hill for the Potters, I believe anyway. Raleigh hasn't told me any difference. I think that might be Micah Marquez. Micah Marquez has taken over. So Castillo goes 3 innings, gives up 3 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. 5 walks and 4 strikeouts for Ryan. And Micah Marquez, who pitched in the first game of the season for the Potters, he pitched 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, no runs, and no walks. And so he will come out here and throw here in the top of the 4th inning. Micah out of St. Helena, California, St. Helena High School. And he will face Shad Hayes, Broxell, and Dylan Moss. Throw down to second base by Cole Dillon. We're ready to go here in the top of the 4th inning. Hayes struck out back in the 2nd inning, so the Bishop O'Dowd product is 0 for 1 in this one, playing at second base. Marquez also played shortstop for 1 inning. A couple of games ago. His first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Hayes. 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd for Prime. Give them their 5-run advantage. That's down in the dirt. 1-1. Griffiths at 3rd, Manzi at short, Freely at 2nd, and Walden over at first for the Potters. Albro, Eaton, and Doyle in the outfield. Swinging a foul ball back to the screen. So it's 1-2 on Hayes. Getting going here in the top of the fourth from McBean Stadium. Lovely Lincoln, California. Very lovely tonight. Score's not lovely, but the night is lovely. Outside for a ball. 2-2. $7 ciders is lovely if you're into that kind of thing. Jersey auction later on tonight will be exciting. Spanish Heritage Night, I think we'll get more performances. Certainly more performances. And Riley the engineer will be all over it so that you're seeing all those performances. Hit up in the air to short center field. Eaton's coming out. Going back is the second baseman Freethy, and JR makes a real nice catch going away from home plate. So not a regular pop-up to the second baseman, but JR gets the put out. One out here in the fourth, and Broxell, who was grounded out and been hit by a pitch. Left-handed hitter out of Tokay High School. Marquez's pitch is in there for a strike. Micah sitting about 85 miles an hour early on in his outing today. Inside. Brock almost got hit for the second time, but managed to escape contact with the ball, so it's 1-1 strike. Dylan Moss, the left fielder, on deck. Hit out, script out, cut off by the third baseman Griffiths over to first, and he got him by a step. That's a fine play by Brett Griffiths at third base because there's no way they're getting Sell if that ball goes all the way to the shortstop. So he is out 5-3. 2 outs here in the fourth inning, and Dylan Moss will be the hitter. Dylan struck out looking in the first and walked and scored in the third. He is out of IMG Academy. Playing out in left field for Prime in this one. Do have activity in the Alpha Prime bullpen again. Chase Bentley, that last inning, he didn't throw very many pitches, so they might have reconsidered on that one. So he got out of that inning very quickly. Just misses outside from Micah Marquez. 1-0 on Moss. Alec Blair to follow. If Dylan can get something started here in the fourth for Prime, who lead this one already 5-0. Inside for a ball. 2-0. Right down the middle, 2-1. Little breeze out here, not really affecting anything, but just a perfect night for baseball. That one misses, 3-1. Nothing beats a plate of nachos. You can have all kinds of stuff. A guy walks up with nachos, you're like, that's what I want. Strike two. Doesn't matter what you've had already. And we've had plenty. You see a guy walking up with nachos, I want some nachos. I mean, that's human nature right there. Full count. Misses outside, ball 4. Second straight base on balls for Dylan Moss. He'll go down to first base with 2 outs. And here's Alec Blair, who was walked and singled to center. Hit a line drive single that Cole Eaton almost turned into a force out at second, but couldn't make the throw accurate enough, and the runner was safe. So Blair is 1 for 1 with a walk. Big left-handed hitter out of De La Salle High School. Short lead at first base by Moss. Blair takes inside, is blocked by Dylan, but couldn't find it, and quickly Moss, with a good secondary lead, gets down to second base on the wild pitch. So he is in scoring position for Alec Blair. 1 ball and no strikes on the big left-handed hitting center fielder. Outfield straightaway and deep for Blair, who takes a ball inside and low, 2-0. Got to get some cowbells working, according to Willie Preston, and that's what we get. 2-0 pitch coming from Micah Marquez. That's in there for a strike. The cowbells work, at least for that pitch. 2-1. Moss at second base. 2-1 pitch is hit sharply right past him into center field for a base hit. Moss is going to round third. He will score easily. The throw, it comes all the way through, but Moss scores standing up. It's an RBI for Blair, his second into the game, and Prime leading it now 6-0. Right back up the middle, perfectly placed. Eaton came in and gave the throw to home, but again, Moss was easily across the plate. Oh, here's Alonso Alvarez, who's hit the ball well twice, actually 3 times, because last time he hit a foul ball that was very hard hit. Ended up with a sacrifice fly, and in the first inning he lined out to center field. So 0 for 1 with an RBI for Alonso. He steps in against Micah Marquez with Blair at first base. And 2 outs here in the 4th. He lines that one into right field. That is caught at second base by Freethy. Kind of did a little topspin on that one, and JR went back and made the catch. So a run, a hit. We left 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Potters trail 6-0.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Welcome back to McBean Stadium. A new pitcher for Alpha Prime is Gavin Akizian. The right-hander will take over for Chase Bentley, who went 3 innings, did not give up a hit or a run. It did walk 4 and struck out 1, so he was largely very effective out there. And Akizian will take over for him. He'll face J.T. Walden, Jacob Doyle, and J.R. Freethy as the Alpha Prime team up top 6-0 in this one. So Gavin Akizian taking over on the mound, right-hander. They'll face J.T. Walden, Jacob Doyle, J.R. Freethy, and hopefully more for the Potters as they look to break out here. Scored 14 runs yesterday, scored 22 against the Anchors a couple of days ago, but so far nothing against the Alpha Prime team led by Chase Bentley. So JR walked in the first inning, so he is not had an official at bat. He is 2 for 5 on the season, 2 home runs. He's driven in 8, and he's looking to get something going for the Potters here as they enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Akizian working from the windup. Sails a fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Inside, 2-0. And JT saying, no, it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me. I'm good. 2-0. Left-hand hitter out of USC. Takes the fastball in there for a strike. Two and one on J.T. Walden. Lines one down the right field line. It's curving, but it is a fair ball. Walden going to round first, head for second, picked up by Sell in right field. Gets it in, but not in time. And J.T. Walden has the Potters' first hit. It's a double down the right field line. That means a section gets a doubles from in and out. If you get a double, if anybody gets a double, or the Potters turn a double play. So J.T. Walden just got in and out for a bunch of people. So well done on many levels, J.T. Walden. Here's Jacob Doyle, who's 6 for 10 coming in, struck out back in the first. So Jacob with 2 home runs and 6 runs batted in on the season. Big right-handed hitter. There goes J.T. on a run, and there will be no throw as he goes head first. A beautiful dive to steal third base. I hope someone got that. That's a meme right there because he was just taking a dive. And he's at third base. The pitch called a ball. Kezian's fastball outside his fastball. According to Carson, about 89, 90 miles an hour. And quite frankly, I thought Carson would have that information here at least one pitch ago. So, I don't know, maybe. Is he getting complacent, Raleigh, the engineer? He knows he has the job sewed up, so he's taking it easy. 2-0 on Doyle. Chops it foul down the third base line past Coach Mike Levine. And down into the bullpen area. So it's 2-1 on Jacob out of Nevada Reno. Newcomer J.R. Freethy on deck. Potters with a runner to third. And nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Kezian's fastball outside, so it's 3-1. Doyle lines it into left field for a base hit. That's an RBI for Jacob, his 7th of the season. Potters scored their first run of the game and now trail at 6-1, but they've got Doyle down on first base and J.R. Freethy coming to play. J.R. walked his first time up. So Doyle now 7 for 12 with 7 runs batted in. That was just a solid single to left field. Here's Freethy. University, Nevada Reno as well. JR takes high for a ball. 1-0. Potters 5-1 on the season. Alpha Prime playing their first game. Short lead at first for Doyle. Nice block behind the plate by Alvarez as Kezian delivers an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Two balls, no strikes on J.R. Freethy. Cornelison in a little bit at third base against the left-hand hitter. That is a good-looking pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. Luke Mancy to follow for the Potters. They got a double from Walden and a stolen base and a single from Doyle to finally crack into the scoring column. Nice-looking pitch on the inside again, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to J.R. Freethy. Inside gets away. No, that's going to hit him. So J.R. will go down to first base. Going to second is Jacob Doyle, and with 2 on and nobody out, Luke Mancy. The hitter, again, Riley the engineer. You like seeing a guy with 2 hands, he's got 2 beers. You don't want to see somebody coming back from anywhere with just 1 of something. You want to, okay, doesn't matter who it is. If they have 2 hands, they have to have 2 items in them. If it's 2 tacos, 1 taco, 1 beer, whatever. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer, it doesn't matter. Here's Mancy. That's hit sharply to the right of first in the right field for a base hit. Coming around third is Doyle. They're going to hold him down by 5 as the ball's bobbled out and right by Sell to get it in. But Doyle goes to third. It's a solid hit from Mancy. He's 1 for 2 today. Bases are loaded now. Nobody out, and Quincy Marlboro is the hitter. Quincy grounded out to second base his first time up. Could have maybe sent Jacob Doyle, but with nobody out and you're down 6-1, I think Mike Levine doing the prudent thing here. Third hit of the inning for Lincoln. And here's Marlboro. Quincy takes outside for a ball. Brett Griffiths on deck. So if you go to a game with Riley the engineer and you go to get a beer or something, don't come back with one. Come back with two. Is that? Oh, there's a guy with one. Oh, no. But the guy next to him has two. Outside. Maybe they're together and there's just two of them and they only have one other person. They only need three. 2 balls and no strikes on Quincy. Hitting .263 coming in, and now we're going to have a meeting at the mound for Alpha Prime, and they're going to talk about it. Potters came out after Chase Bentley left the game. He went 3 innings, gave up no hits, walked 4, struck out 1. Potters immediately with Akesian coming out. We had a double from J.T. Walden. He stole third, then Doyle singled him in. Freely hit by a pitch on a 1-2 count, and then Mancy with a clean single to right field. Doyle holding at third with nobody out. And now a 2-ball, no-strike count to Quincy and Marlboro. Umpire says, this is a Saturday night, which is all right for fighting, but not all right for talking. Let's go. Let's break it up. And that's what happens. 2 balls and no strikes. Umpire signaling that he went out and broke it up. Way to go, ump. Actually, you got a lot of Saturday night songs. Another Saturday night and I ain't got nobody. I got some money because I just got paid, which I don't have any money because I never get paid. I work for Stone's Radio Networks, and so somehow I never get any money. 2-0 pitch is just missing, 3-0. I don't know who originally did that one. That's been around a long time. SATURDAY night, Saturday the Bay City Rollers. I know you like that one, Riley. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Hey, I'll tell you, Bunch of America did it one time. I don't remember what year. A long time ago. You were not around. I don't think the Bay City Rollers really had, maybe they had a good career across the pond, but I don't know that they really broke through here in America with anything but that incredible jam. It, as I said yesterday, slapped. 3-1. You always get surprised when I know the lingo. Although that's probably not even in anymore, right? Isn't slap so yesterday? Yeah. Is there any other word you can use besides slapped that I can say? Like the latest whatever. I don't know who's. 3-1 pitch. That's a nice pitch on the inside corner. Quincy takes it, and it's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Bottom of the 4th. Potters have scored once. Swings and fouls it back to the screen, so Marlboro stays alive. Potter fans really enjoy the good life. I mean, you look around, you look at the fans, you see everybody's got something. You got beer that you got at a great price. You got fantastic food out here. Incredible food. That's fouled out of play. Quincy staying alive and trying to spoil Akesian. Three balls, 2 strikes. Doyle, Freethy, and Mancy on the bases for the Potters. Outside, ball 4. It's a great at bat by Quincy Marlboro. He gets himself an RBI. Going to third is Freethy. Second run scores for the Potters, and Brett Griffiths comes to the plate. Brett grounded to second his first time up. 5 for 21 on the summer. Out of American River College, and up here with a chance to get the Potters right back in this one as they trail at 6-2. It's a little blooper out over the second base. Hayes goes out. It's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score, and everybody else will hold up. So Griffiths delivers a run-scoring single, and the Potters now have cut it to 6-3. 3 of these scores. Mancy goes to third. It's an RBI for Brett Griffiths. Might have been the worst contact he's had on a pitch or on a swing in about 3 games, but he got a base hit out of that one. Here's Cole Dillon, who lined out to third on a really good play by Cornelison back in the third inning. He got a walk in the first. Potters have put 3 up on the board. Still nobody out here in the fourth. Pitches outside from Ezekiel. 1 ball and no strikes. Some activity starting to go into the Alpha Prime bullpen. Well, actually, just one guy who wants to throw, but no one will play catch with him. I know the feeling. That's high for a ball. 2-0 to Cole Dillon. 7th batter of the inning. Nobody has been retired yet. We've got 4 hits, a walk, and a hit by pitch. Two-0 pitch right in there for a strike. 2-1. Cole Dillon playing his first game as a member of the Lincoln Potters. Catching and leading off for Tyler Robertson. 2-1 pitches. A good fastball swung on and missed. 2 best pitches I think Evan Ezekiel has thrown in this inning right there to Cole Dillon. Two and two. Ezekiel getting his sign from Alvarez behind the plate. High fastball, 3-2. Cole Eaton to follow. Cole's 0 for 2 so far in this one. As the Potters become maybe the first team in Northern California to start a game with 2 Coles batting first and second. That's hit well to center field. Going back is Blair. He's going to make the catch. Everyone is tagging. The throw comes in a little high to third base. The runners at first and second hold up, and scoring from third is Luke Mancy. It's a sacrifice fly for Cole Dillon. His first RBI as a Potter. 4th run across the plate. Make that 3rd run across. Yeah, 4th run across the plate. I had it right the first time, Riley the engineer. And with 1 out, here is Cole Eaton. Malbro stayed at second. Brett Griffith stayed over at first as Blair's throw came into third base. So here's Eaton. He's into a double play and flied out to center. Breaking ball's fouled off. So Potters have scored 4 times. They trail by 2, but still runners at first and second. And Eaton followed by Tandy, the next 2 hitters. There goes the runners. The pitch is high and no throw. I think they're going to say he's got to go back because I think they're going to say that Cole Eaton was in the way of the catcher. I don't know. That's a controversial comment, but I think that's what the umpire called. He put both hands up like he was calling timeout. So let's see if that's what transpires. As the pitch was outside, Alvarez reached out to get it, and when he went to throw to third, first of all, there was no play. Secondly, obviously Eaton was standing right there because he's in the batter's box. He's sending them back, and I don't know if you could hear what I believe that was Tyler Robertson said, but he did not agree. And I don't know that, well, if it's interference, the runner would, well, he didn't throw the ball. Maybe that's why the runner isn't out. Tyler Robertson's coming out. He decides it's not really worth the trouble. He's just going to go back because the umpire seemed very committed to what he was saying. And sometimes when someone's really committed, you just let it go. And now the umpire is, I guess somebody's talking down the first base line. I believe he said, "You talking to me?" I believe is what he said. I wish we had our mobile microphone down there because I think he said, "You talking to me?" Which I most assuredly say he was talking to you, sir. 1 ball and 1 strike on the hitter Eaton. The pitch was outside. Breaking ball's hit down to third base. Bad hop into left field for a base hit. Here comes the runner around third. The throw from Moss is going to be way over the head of the catcher, and the Potters have scored again an RBI single by Cole Eaton. Albro came around. He was not stopping for anybody. Griffiths ends up at third. Eaton goes to second on the throw, which was too high from Moss. And the Potters have scored 5 times here in the inning on 5 hits, and they trail now by 1 run, 6-5. And here's Jake Tandy, the number 9 hitter in the inning. Cornelison, that was a do-or-die play, took a big hop on him down at third base. Hopped over his left shoulder, it looked like, out into left field. Moss picks it up, but Marlboro was not stopping. And here is Tandy, who's flied to center and walked. Jake takes it outside, and the ball gets by the catcher, but picking up on it a little bit late with Brett Griffiths. And he is going to stay put. I believe that was called a ball. Makes it 1 ball and no strikes. Went right through, looked like the webbing almost of Alvarez. Ezekiel, who came on after Chase Bentley went the first 3 innings, delivers a fastball down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Bentley no hits, 4 walks in his 3 innings, no runs allowed. Left with a 6-0 lead. It is now 6-5. Runners at second and third, still just 1 out here in the 4th inning. Fastball's in there again. 1-2 on Tandy. That was really good advice. Somebody said, let's go hitter, swing the bat. I like that. It's not nothing personal. It's just instruction. Breaking ball's chopped foul down the third baseline. Nice play over there in front of the dugout by one of the Alpha Prime. He swung the bat and he made contact. It sounded very generic. Let's go hitter, swing the bat. Again, I don't quibble with it. I'm just saying. J.T. Walden to follow. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball's lined to left field. Moss moving over. He falls down. It's going to bounce over his head and go all the way to the fence. 2 runs will score. Tandy will motor into second base and think about third, reconsider, and go back to second. Unlikely as it may seem, the Potters now lead this one 7-6. 2 more runs batted in for Jake Tandy. 7 runs on 6 hits here in the inning, and we are still not done. It's just 1 out, and J.T. Walden is the hitter. Tandy now with 20 runs batted, and that looked like it was going to be a single anyway, but Moss slipped. He tried to flag it down as he was lying on the ground. Excellent attempt, but it did not work, and here's J.T. Walden, and the Potters have scored 7 times. J.T. takes a strike from Ezekiel. 0-1. Jacob Doyle to follow. Left-hander up for the Alpha Prime team out in the bullpen. Fastball called, strike 2. 0-2 on J.T. Walden. The crowd has got engaged here in this last couple of minutes. Obviously, the Potters putting some action out on the field, but also some pretty good heckles. And they had the umpire in a controversy with Tyler Robertson at first. So, it kind of got things going. Got the juices flowing, as they say. JT takes outside, 1-2. Still just the bottom of the 4th inning. Still plenty of time for things to happen here at McBean Stadium. Probably not time to come on out for this one. You probably stay where you are. Enjoy the Potters mounting the 7-run inning here to take the lead. JT hits it high in the air, left center field. Blair coming over. He's calling everybody off, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. Really takes charge out there in center. He was waving people off when he was still 20 or 30 feet away from the ball. But he took control in center, and with 2 outs, it'll bring up Jacob Doyle, who has struck out and singled in a run. Actually, in this inning, he singled in a run, so making his 2nd appearance. Actually, JT was making his second appearance. JT had walked and doubled. He started off the inning with the double. So here's Doyle. Breaking ball, nice pitch in there for a strike on 1. Jacob out of UNR. Playing in his 3rd game, and man, has he made a difference for the Potters. 7 for 12 in those 3 games. Already 7 RBI. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 0-2. J.R. Feathy will follow Jacob. He can keep it going as Piper's hanging out behind home plate, enjoying the benefits of having the team back on top. Zekian taking his time getting a sign now from Alvarez. He's ready to go. Fastball just misses the outside corner. I don't know about Jacob, but I was kind of like nervous there. Took a little breath, but it was called outside, so he is still alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Riley says it was far outside. What am I worried about? Well, have you seen any games yet? Do you know what that means? Just because it was that far outside. Swing and a miss. Good fastball from Ezekiel. Potters finally out here in the 4th, but not before they score 7 times on 6 hits. We go to the top of the 5th. They now on top. They're now on top 7-6. Thank you, Riley.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Top of the 5th inning, a new ball game as Micah Marquez takes the mound for his 2nd inning of work. His Potters now on top 7-6, and he is the pitcher of record as Mason Pike, Luke Corneliuson, and Chase Bentley will be the first 3 hitters. Potters with the big 7-run 4th inning to take, not control, but take the lead in this game, in which they were out of control when they were down 6-0. Marquez finishes up the tosses. Dillon bounces it down to second base, and we are ready to go. Mason Pike has been hit by a pitch and struck out. Left-hand hitting shortstop. And a Puyallup. There, I got it. Puyallup. Write that down. Puyallup. That's where he's out of. It's in Washington, Riley, the engineer. So he is 0 for 1. Takes outside, considerably outside. Top of the 5th from McBean Stadium. It's been a pretty exciting game. That one's grounded to right at first. It is off the glove of Walden, who made a dive for it, and it is an infield single for Mason Pike. Would have been tough to make the play. I don't know if Marquez could have got over to first in time. Even if JT gets it, he's going to have to scramble to his feet, and Pike gets down the line pretty well. So he is at first base with the 5th hit for Alpha Prime, and here's Luke Corneliuson, who has walked and scored and hit a sacrifice fly. So not an official at bat, but he has a run scored and a run driven in for the 3rd baseman. Lines that one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That's right off the bottom of the fence. Pike is motoring around. He will get to 3rd. Corneliuson's going to get into 2nd. And just like that, Alpha Prime has runners on 2nd and 3rd and nobody out here in the top of the 5th. That ball was a line drive and right to the bottom of the fence in left field. And that will bring up Chase Bentley. Bentley, I don't think, was hitting left-handed the last time he batted. So he is trying new things. Hits that one down the left field line, slicing foul into the bullpen area. So Bentley has a home run and a single from the right side and 3 runs driven in. Okay, so it's the other 32. It's Trent Roach batting for Bentley. So that's what I thought, because they had a couple of different numbers, but since they put Bentley in as the DH, I thought that meant he was staying in. But it's Roach taking over in the 5th inning. So Bentley had a pretty good day. 3 scoreless innings on the mound, 2 for 2 with 3 RBI and a run scored at the plate. And here's Trent Roach. He chops it out towards shortstop. They're going to wait on it. Mancy to first. Got him by a step, but a run will score. It's an RBI ground out for Roach. He gets the run batted in. And now we are tied at 7. Moving to third is Corneliuson. And Trey Olson will be the hitter. Or excuse me, Troy Olson. Dueling Dogs batter up here. He struck out into a fielder's choice. He's got a runner down at third base with 1 out. Left-hand hitting first baseman. Takes inside for a ball. Inside. Did that hit him? Yes, I think you did. So this one will go down to first base with the hit by pitch. Runners now at first and third, 1 out, and Rashad Hayes, the number 9 hitter. Hayes out of Bishop O'Dowd High School has struck out and flied out to short right field. Actually, his second baseman Freethy went out and made the catch. So he is 0 for 2 so far in this one. Marquez's pitch is inside. 1-0. Potters with some activity wrestling up in their pen. So do the Alpha Prime team down the left field line. Swing and a miss by Hayes. Evens the count at 1-1. Good cowbell representation tonight. Going to need it here. 1-1 pitch sails a little bit outside, so it's 2-1 to Hayes. Top of the order, Brock Sell on deck. Outside again, 3-1. Looks like Jake McGowan is warming up for the Potters, right-hander. Three balls, 1 strike on Hayes. Fouls that one back to the screen, so it goes full 3-2. We'll see if Wilson is going from first base. Corneliuson down on third base. 3-2 pitch coming up. He does not go, and pitch is hit sharply down to third. Griffiths to second for 1, over to first, and it's thrown away at first base. So it's a fielder's choice. It's a run scored. It's an RBI for Hayes. He's at first base. He does not go to second. No error charged. 2 runs are in. And the Prime team takes the lead again, 8-7. And now Brock Sell will come to the plate for his 4th time. He is grounded to second. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded to third. Potter's almost turning that double play. Now they've got Hayes at first, outside for a ball. So the Potters came back with 7 to take a 7-6 lead. Alpha Prime scoring 2 right away. They lead at 8-7. Jory Lorenzini is loosening up, the left-hander in the Alpha Prime pen. Jake McGowan, as we said, down the right field line in the Potters pen. Hayes with the lead at first. The pitch is just a little bit outside. 2-0. Throw over to first base to try to keep Hayes close. Walden slaps the tag on too late. That's chopped foul. Inside fastball to Sell. 2-1 on Brock. Out of Tokay High School. Lead at first by Hayes. Inside with a pitch. Knocked down by Dillon. 3-1. Two runs on 2 hits for Alpha Prime here in the 5th. They scored 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th. So they've scored in 4 straight innings. That's chopped foul. That'll bring the count full at 3-2 to Brock Sell. Hayes will be taken off on the pitch here. Walden kind of trying to keep him as close as he can. High fly ball, left center field. Coming in is Marlboro, and Quincy makes the catch for the out. 2 runs on 2 hits. They left 1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters trail 8-7.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Bottom of the 5th inning, another new pitcher for Alpha Prime as they take the 8-7 lead. It's Joey Lorenzini, a left-hander coming out of the pen. Bentley went the first 3, then Akizian went 1. Lorenzini out of Rockland High School is 6'5" and 205 pounds, and he will face J.R. Freethy, Luke Mancy, and Quincy Marlboro. 6, 7, 8 for the Potters, who now found themselves down not 6, but just 1 at 8-7 here in the bottom of the 5th. Potters not exactly stringing it together like Alpha Prime, who have scored in 4 straight innings. Potters didn't score at all in the first 3, and then scored 7. And they are behind now 8-7. Lorenzini finishing up his warm-up tosses, big left-hander. Chase Bentley, who started, was from Granite Bay High School. Joey is from Rockland High School. So probably pitching in front of some fans. I know Bentley was. So here comes J.R. Freethy, who's walked and been hit by a pitch. He scored a run in this one, returning to the Potters. This is his initial appearance of the 2024 campaign, in which Lincoln is now 5-1, and tussling here to try to get win number 6. Out of Unit R, Mr. J.R. Freethy. Matt Lundgren, the Potters GM and president, walking around. Looks a lot like Charizard from yesterday. Outside with a fastball for Lorenzini. working from the stretch. That's also outside. 2-0. JR pops that one up, giving chase the first baseman Wilson and the catcher, and it is just out of play and behind the first row of seats over there, the fancy seats. Nobody even made a play. It's really a tough angle to get ball in there in front of the awning that's about 10 feet behind that. It's 2 balls and 1 strike on JR. Misses with an off-speed pitch. So it's 3-1 on J.R. Freethy. Misses outside, so J.R. is on for the 3rd time. And Luke Mancy will be the hitter. He grounded out to first in the 2nd and singled in the 4th. Later scored. So he is 6 for 16. Lorenzini going about 90 to 92 miles an hour with the fastball. Thanks to Carson for that information. Freethy leading at first base. The pitch to Mancy is in there for a strike. Left-hander against left-hander here. Luke from down near San Diego goes to the University of New Mexico. That's hit out into right field. Moving over is Blake Sell. He is not going to get there. That's down all the way to the fence. Mancy's going to motor into second base. The cutoff throw, and it's just a little bit too late, and Luke has himself a double. Freethy moves to third, and the Potters are in business here in the bottom of the 5th. Second straight hit for Luke Mancy, and the Potters have runners at second and third. Quincy Marlboro will be the hitter. Quincy is grounded to second and an RBI walk, so he is 0 for 1 with an RBI, batting .263 coming in for the summer. Runners at second and third. See how the Alpha Prime plays it. They are playing everybody back. Lorenzini's going to step off. He's got Alonso Alvarez behind the plate getting communication. Quincy takes, and it's high for a ball, 1-0. 359 average with Folsom Lake College this past season for Quincy Marlboro. Takes that one inside. 2 balls, no strikes. In the bottom of the 5th, Potters trail 8-7. And what has become a seesaw game, it wasn't that way for a couple of innings, but it has in the last 2 innings. Line drive, that is into center field for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Mancy. They're going to send him to the plate. The throw will be offline. Mancy will score. It's a 2-run single from Quincy Marlboro, and the Potters are back on top 9-8. Quincy, 2 more runs batted in. He's got 3 in the game. And the Potters lead it, and here's Brett Griffiths, who is grounded to second and had a single to right field with an RBI back in the 4th. Potters now with 8 hits on the night. They were blanked by Bentley through the first 3 innings. Brett takes in there for a strike, a fastball, about 91 from Lorenzini. Brett takes inside. Nice block by Alvarez, keeping that from going back to the backstop and allowing Marlboro to go to second base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Brett Griffiths out of American River College and Jesuit High School. Swinging and a miss. Off speed. First out recorded here in the bottom of the fifth. Marlboro still down at first base, and the leadoff man Cole Dillon coming to the plate. He has walked, lined out, and hit a sacrifice fly in his Potter's debut. Just the third strikeout by the Alpha Prime pitcher so far through 4 1/3 innings. Dillon takes a fastball. That's a good pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Lorenzini seems to calm down a little bit here. He got Griffith on strikes and is ahead of Cole Dillon, 0-1. There goes the runner. The pitch is line foul down the left field line. Look out on the grassy knoll for that one. Went past the grassy knoll, bounced up against the back fence. So it's 0-2 now on Cole Dillon. See if Quincy Marlboro is going again on the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is chopped out to shortstop. Quickly over to second for one. And a double play. 6-4-3-4 Alpha Prime. But not before the Potters score twice. We go to the top of the sixth, and they lead it 9-8.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Top of the sixth from McBean Stadium, which means it's Potter dance contest time. And since it's Hispanic Heritage Night, Willie Preston pulling out La Bamba. And I'll tell you something, Riley the engineer. Right now, the winner is Piper the Peacock. He has been kicking some moves out down there, and nobody really is matching him. They're just kind of like milling around because he is dominating. I say he gives the prize to himself, and I don't care who says that's wrong. He has earned it. I don't always say that, as you know. I'm very hard on Piper the Peacock. I hold him to a very high bar. But he is really killing it today. Dylan Moss will start us off here. Micah Marquez still on the hill for the Potters. He relieved Ryan Castillo after the first 3 innings. He has given up 3 runs on 3 hits. And he'll face Moss, who has walked twice and struck out. Popped up out of play. Piper did give the prize to one of the contestants, but again, I don't feel that was the right thing to do. Sometimes you got to teach, hey, I was the best today. I'm sorry. Usually you guys do great. I was great today. I deserve the championship. 0-1. Look out, that hits him. So 2 walks and a hit by pitch for Dylan Moss. He's been on base a lot. Hasn't done much for it. Well, I mean, he took a pitch right there that was doing something, that's for sure. Here's Alec Blair. Except this isn't Alec Blair. This is Bo Smith. Bo Smith is the hitter. So Smith comes in for Blair. Blair was 2 for 2 and scored twice. Pitch is high for a ball. Actually scored once. Drove in 1. 2 hits and a base on balls for Alec Blair, and he is hit for by Bo Smith wearing number 9. Swings and fouls that one in the catcher's glove. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's on the inside corner, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Moss at first. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Good pitch by Micah Marquez to get a strike out of the pinch hitter Smith for the first out here in the 6th, and that'll bring up Alonso Alvarez, the catcher. Alvarez is flied to center. He's hit a sacrifice fly, and he's lined out to second base. So he is 0 for 2 with an RBI out of Heritage High School. Moss down at first base after being hit by a pitch. Now 1 out here in the 6th. Moss looks like he wants to go, but he doesn't. Nice breaking ball by Marquez, in for a strike. Oh and 1 on Alonso. Out breaking balls down low. Following that one all the way in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mason Pike to follow, the shortstop. Top of the 6th here. Potter's leading at 9-8. Alvarez chops it out to second. To short for 1. Over to first. That's a double play. 4-6-3. Good job, Potters. Freethy, Mancy, and Walden will go to the bottom of the 6th. Potter's still on top, 9-8.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
$100 bills, and it kills and it thrills like the horns on my Silverado grill. And I buy the bar double.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Potter's on top, 9-8. Joey Lorenzini back to pitch for Alpha Prime in the bat race, the spinning bat race. Very disappointed today, Raleigh the engineer. I tell you, you put kids in the spinning bat race, they have no sense of direction or balance anyway. They can come back from anything. They just kind of wobble a little and then they're gone. They don't care. Come on, they're kids. They don't care. You got to get grown-ups out there. Of course, sometimes grown-ups don't want to go out and embarrass themselves. I agree with that as well. So Lorenzini concluding his warm-up tosses. He will face Cole Eaton, Jake Tandy, and JT Walden here for the Potters. Joey out of Rockland, California. Followed, Bentley went the first 3 innings, then Akizian and Lorenzini went the 5th, and now out here for the 6th as well. No activity in the Prime bullpen right now, and as I say that, somebody jumps up and just kind of mills around. I don't know exactly what they're doing out there. People are having to recover from the spinning bat race before they can start their warm-up tosses, so that's why it takes an extra minute or 2, and now we are ready to go. Haven't had any more Spanish dancing, which I thoroughly enjoyed early in the game, but it did take a while. So maybe they said, you guys, you got to get it in under 5 minutes. They said, no, we can't do it. I don't know. I don't know that to be true. Maybe sometimes they just plan a couple for early in the game, and that's the only demonstration. But I anticipate one more. Double play, fly to center, RBI single for Cole. He takes that pitch high and outside. What do I know? Out of Elkhorn, Nebraska, and the University of Tennessee. Takes that in the dirt, so it's quickly 2-0 on Cole Eaton. Now 7 for 17 with 4 runs batted in and 8 runs scored. And he just joined the team like 3 games ago. Lorenzini's fastball sails outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Ball 4. So 4-pitch walk to Eden. He's down at first base, on base for the second time today, and that'll bring up Jake Tandy, who walked in the first, flied to center in the third, and then ripped a double to left field that Dylan Moss tried to cut off and fell down out in left field. Tandy picked up 2 more runs batted in and now has 20 for the season in game number 7. Out of West Sacramento, California, and the University of the Pacific down in Stockton down there, the 209. Takes that one high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Jake Tandy. J.T. Walden to follow him. Then Jacob Doyle, the big 3 in the middle of the order for the Potters, with 7 home runs between them. Outside on the corner. Ball strike. Jake kind of winces at that one. That one is inside. Thinking about going was Cole Eaton, but he stayed there. So it's 2-1 on Jake Tandy. Sitting here in the bottom of the 6th in what has been a back and forth game after the Potters struck for 7 in the 4th. Then it's been crazy because Alpha Prime came back, took the lead. Potters come back and take the lead. 2-1 pitch is lined to left field. That's a base hit. Rounding second is Eaton. He is going to go to third. The throw is cut off, and Cole Eaton is in at third. It's a single for Tandy, his second hit of the day, and the Potters are in business, first and third with nobody out here in the 6th inning. And it's hit number 9 for the Potters, and J.T. Walden will come to the plate. He has walked, doubled, and flied to center. So Jake Tandy stays out with 2 more hits. He's 2 for 3. Left-hander against left-hander here as JT steps in. Inside with a fastball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Walden. Jacob Doyle to follow. Potters lead at 9-8. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Outside with a breaking ball. 2-0. Bentley started, went 3 innings for Alpha Prime. Then Nikisian went 1 inning. Potters hit him up for 7 runs. Lorenzini came in the 5th. And now pitching into the 6th here. Walden takes a strike. And he looks at the umpire and just kind of not only rolled his eyes, he rolled his neck, which is really, I mean, that's, oh man. I got that from the kids occasionally, and that was not good. It's like, oh, man. It's too much. My eyes are too heavy when I roll them. I have to move my neck, too. That didn't irk me at all. I just took, water off a duck's back. Didn't care. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tandy looks like he wants to go. He does not. That is a nice-looking pitch right there, but it misses outside. Well, it might have paid him back right there because that was a good-looking pitch from Lorenzini. He did not get the call. 3 balls and 1 strike. JT with a couple home runs a couple nights ago in his first game. Chops that one out towards second. It's a slow chopper picked up and gunned to first, and he is out at first base. That's a nice play by Hayes and also by Yultsin over at first base to scoop that one out, but JT picks up the RBI as Eaton scores. His 9th run batted in of the season. Potters put another one up on the board. They lead at 10-8, and here is Jacob Doyle. Tandy now at second base. 1 out here in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Lorenzini right there. He gets ahead in the count 0-1. J.R. Freethy to follow. Doyle from University of Nevada, Reno. Takes that one inside, turned away. And Alvarez is going to go out and talk to Lorenzini. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jacob Doyle. Got to cover your mouth when you're talking because the Stones Radio Network's cameras pick up everything. And if you have somebody at home like deciphering, lip reading, they'll go ahead and text into the dugout. You never know what can happen. So good job by the Alpha Prime team to cover up the communications. 1 ball, 1 strike on Doyle. Came in 6 for 10 with a pair of home runs and 6 runs batted in. Hits it high in the air to left field. Moss moving over. Can he find it? He can't find it, and it's a foul ball. That one moved a lot when it got up there because when he started it, the arc it started out on, it was fair by a long way, and it just kept drifting, and poor Moss had no idea where it was. I joined the club, and it's a long foul, so it's a ball and 2 strikes. Maybe they should play with laser ball. I mean, once I golfed at night, they had tracers and stuff in them. You put tracers in the golf ball, so maybe they should do that here. I don't know. I'm just trying to better the game. Abner Doubleday never thought about this when he never thought about nighttime baseball when he invented the game. He played in the daytime. I don't think there was lights yet. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2-2. Alvarez is going to go out and talk again. Chatting it up, Lorenzini and Alvarez, they are on the same page finally. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count to Jacob Doyle. Tandy out at second base. Mike Levine coaching the third, shouting encouragement to Jacob Doyle as J.R. Freethy waits on deck. Doyle hits that one foul right at Mike Levine, so I guess he told him what he thought of his advice. But Mike handled it flawlessly. Just kind of kicked it over to Corneliuson at third base. And Luke picked it up and threw it back to him. Sails high and outside, so it's a full count now on Doyle. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 6th. And it's ball 4. So first and second now for the Padres and J.R. Freethy, who has walked, been hit by a pitch, and then walked again. Coming up here, looking for his first official at-bat of the season. He's got Tandy at second. He's got Doyle at first. Padres have already scored 1 run in the inning. Luke Mancy to follow. Breaking ball misses the inside corner. 1-0. Onside, and it goes all the way back to the screen. Runners are going to move up. So Tandy now resides at third. Doyle hanging out at second. A 1 ball, 1 strike count on J.R. Freethy. So the new second baseman can, I was going to say, can make friends on the team by getting a base hit here, but we're going to have a little timeout. As the last time they talked for a long time, Riley, the engineer, so let's take a step away here for just a second. Bottom of the 6th, Padres threatening they would lead it by 2.
This job is the Esplanade Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project.
it's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Perfectly timed, Riley the engineer. We are ready to go back here. Lorenzini facing Freethy. 1 ball, 1 strike. That is high. Looks like, I don't know if Alvarez was expecting that up there. He was moving over to his right. The ball came in high to his left. So it's 2-1. That's a nice fastball in there for a strike. Evens it up at 2-2 on Freethy. JR with 2 runs scored today. He scored in the 4th and the 5th. Takes that one for a ball. Everybody had 2-2, but he has taken the base on ball. Maybe he gets enough of them. He can make his own counts. So it's a full bases loaded. 1 out, and Luke Mancy, the hitter. Luke grounded out in the 2nd inning. Then he singled and scored in the 4th and doubled and scored in the 5th. So he is 2 for 3 in this one. Chance to give the Potters some breathing room here. He lines it to right field. That might stay up, though, and it does. Caught in right field, the tag, and they're not going to be able to go as the throw comes in. A beautiful throw from right field from Sell. Brock Sell puts it in, and boy, Mancy hit it too hard that time. 2 outs, and that brings up Quincy Marlboro. So Luke turned on it. He's been doing that the last 2 times. He just turned on it and hit it solidly, but it stayed up, and Sell made an excellent throw. And I think at third base it was Tandy, and he had taken off on the initial hit, initial contact, and had to go back and tag. And they thought better of it, and probably a very good idea because that throw was right on the money. So here's Marlboro, who has walked, singled, and grounded out. He's got 3 runs batted in the game. Takes high and outside for a ball. Lorenzini's pitch is outside and high. 2-0 to Quincy Marlboro. Two-0 pitch misses. 3-0. Bases loaded, 6th inning, 2 outs. Potters up by 2. They've scored once here in the 6th. 3-0 to Marlboro. Takes a fastball in there for a strike. Quincy takes a step out, thinks things over, decides to step back in. Good choice. Line drive right field. That's in for a base hit. Sell has it on a hop. He's going to gun it in the plate. They'll hold the runner at third. 1 scores, and Marlboro comes through with his 2nd RBI single. He's driven in 4 runs, and the Potters now lead at 11-8. Tandy crosses the plate. Doyle moves to third. Freethy at 2nd now. And here's Brett Griffiths, who has grounded out, RBI single and a strikeout. 3 runs in the inning for the Potters. Make that 2 runs in the inning for the Potters. Griffith swings and misses. Ball in the dirt. Joseph Marino warming up for Alpha Prime in the pen, number 22. 0-1 now on Brett Griffiths. High fly ball right field. Sell has a beat on it. Makes the catch for the out, but not before the Potters score 2 more. So we go to the top of the 7th. Potters on top, 11-8.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of the 7th inning, Jake McCowan, the new pitcher for the Potters out of Sacramento, California, Folsom Lake College. Alpha Prime had 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. The Potters countered with 7 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th, so they currently have the upper hand 11-8. And Mason Pike will start us off against McCowan, making his 2nd appearance. Pike with a strikeout, was hit by a pitch and had a single and scored a run back in the 5th. Out of Puyallup High School in Washington. Cole Dillon goes out to talk to Jake McCowan, probably the first time they've ever met. Dillon behind the plate making his Potters debut here today. McCowan started the game against the Knicks on Sunday. He went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, struck out 3 but walked 7. First pitch looks like it might have crossed up Cole Dillon, and he's going to go right back out because I think he was expecting something totally different than what he got. And he might, if he had caught it like he was expecting, he might have got the call strike on the corner there, but he did not. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Pike, Corneliuson, and then Roach to follow for Alpha Prime here in the top of the 7th. That's chopped foul. Almost bounced it over the screen there, but it hits the top of the screen and comes back into play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Mason Pike. Good crowd out here with the cowbells, cheering the Potters on as they come back from the 6-0 deficit to take the lead. At this point, 11-8. Swing and a miss with a fastball by McCowan. 2-2 to Pike. Luke Corneliuson is on deck. He's got a hit and a sacrifice fly in this one. Hit sharply but foul and scatters the Potters in front of the Potters dugout. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. No, it was 2-2. I got to stop looking at the scoreboard. That's why the Friends of McBean are trying to get a new scoreboard, because it always leads me down the wrong path. I should always count on Riley the engine. Well, I should never count on him, but high fly left field. Albro kind of circling it out there, reaching up and finally making the catch after a couple of seconds. So Pike flies to left to start the top of the 7th. Luke Corneliuson, who walked and scored in the 2nd, had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd. And then ripped a double to left field and scored. Hit it to the base of the fence on a line drive, and he scored in the 5th inning. Right-handed third baseman against McCowan. Throws that one, and it goes all the way back to the backstop, so I'm going to call that a ball, 1-0. Trent Roach, who came on to take over DH role from Chase Bentley back in the 5th inning. He is on deck. Fastball is high. Right around 91 for Jake McCowan on the fastball tonight, according to my guy Carson. High pop-up. Going out the shortstop, coming in is Eaton from center field. and made catch by Luke Manzi, the shortstop. Luke went out there and turned around, and I don't think he knew if he was going to catch it or not. Eaton decided he couldn't get there, so Luke made the play. Good job by Manzi, good communication, as second, short, left, and center all converged on that one. 2 outs, and here is Trent Roach. Roach came on in the 5th inning and had an RBI ground out. Chase Bentley started on the mound and as the DH. He homered in the 2nd and singled in the 3rd and drove in 3 runs. Left-hand hitting Roach takes a good-looking fastball from McCown for a strike, 0-1. Troy Olson is on deck, the first baseman out of Rockland, California. That one inside moves Roach off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one down low again, 2-1. Cowan looking like he's working on an area where he's landing. Kind of getting it to his specifications. 2 balls, 1 strike. Inside, goes all the way back to the backstop and scares some of the patrons behind the net right there. And they got the good seats, you know. You're going to be right in on the action. We should have him wear a GoPro so we can follow it from here. The 3-1 pitch is ball 4. So Roach reaches first base. Okay, we got a pinch hitter maybe. Number 27, Kyle Peterson. So Pedersen gets to come in and be the Dueling Dogs batter for one last time here in the 7th inning. Fastball is inside and high, 1-0. Wilson struck out into a fielder's choice and was hit by a pitch while he was in there. Now it's Kyle Pedersen. That is down low. Two-0 pitch is low and inside, 3-0, and Cole Dillon's going to go out and talk to Jake McCowan, who got the first 2 outs pretty quickly here in the 7th and walked Roach, and now is 3-0 on Peterson. Yeah, I'm going back to Peterson. 2 T's, still going to be Peterson. Umpire is signaling something to somebody. I'm sure it's important. 3 balls and no strikes. Rashad Hayes is on deck, the second baseman. Right down the middle, 3-1. Maybe it was the fans doing their little yipping, and there's some really psychotic barking going on by some fans down there. I don't know. They took to that a little too easily, if you ask me. A little too comfortable doing that. 3-1 pitch is hit right back up the middle. Manzi can't cut it off. It's into center field for a base hit. Peterson's going to stay on second base. It's a single for staying on second base is Roach. Peterson with the base hit. Got to give him credit. And that'll bring up Rashad Hayes, the second baseman. No, that's Hayes at second base. He has struck out. He has popped to second, and he's in an RBI fielder's choice. So he's 0 for 3, but he does have a run batted in. He's got 2 runners on and 2 outs here in the 7th, and he's down 11-8. In the dirt gets away, but holding at second base is Roach. Not going to get thrown out at third for the 3rd out of the inning when you're trailing by 3. Probably a wise choice by Trent Roach. Hayes out of Bishop O'Dowd High School, 0 for 3 in this game. Takes a fastball right down the middle. 1-1. Gets the call on the inside corner, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. On Hayes. Roach at second, Peterson at first. Seven hits now for the Prime. That's outside, goes all the way back to the backstop, and Roach is going to move up, and Peterson follows him. So now they're at second and third. So base hit maybe makes this a 1-run game for Hayes. He's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rashad. Potters with Griffiths, Manzi, Freethy, and Walden on the infield with Cole Dillon behind the plate. In the dirt, 3-2. Mabro, Eaton, and Doyle in the outfield for Tyler Robertson. And the Potters looking to go 6-1 on the young season. The 7th of 40 home games. LincolnPotters.com for information and tickets. Got some big games coming up, and then we got the PEL starting on June the 18th. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. So 2 runners left, but no runs in. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Potters still up on top, 11-8.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Bottom of the 7th inning, we got a new pitcher for Alpha Prime. It's Joseph Moreno, who is taking over. He's the 4th pitcher. Bentley started, then Akizian, Lorenzini, and Moreno. He will be facing the top of the order for the Potters, Cole Dillon, Cole Eden, and Jake Tandy. Bentley went the first 3, then Akizian went 1. Lorenzini got through 2, and now it is Marino here in the bottom of the 7th. The Potters up 11-8. Marino out of South Hills High School, committed to University of California, Santa Barbara. And the left-hander will face the 2 Coles and then Jake Tandy when we resume here in the bottom of the 7th of a game that was all Alpha Prime for a while. Then the Potters came back and took a 7-6 lead. Then we went back and forth, and it is 11-8 Potters as we go into the bottom of the 7th. McCowan getting the big strike out there to end that inning with 2 runners on base. Potters with 11 hits in the game. As the throw goes down to second base. So even though the Dueling Dog batter didn't strike out, Willie says half off for the next half inning. Willie is a very powerful fellow. He can do things like that. I would never try something like that. That would not go well for me. Here's Cole Dillon. He walked, lined out, hit a sacrifice fly, and into a double play. So he is 0 for 2. He has an RBI here in his first appearance as a Potter. Marino's first pitch is inside, and he will be behind the count, 1 ball and no strikes. I'll tell you something, that bounce house kills me, Riley, the engineer. That thing has been going since we opened the gate. They said, I don't want happy hour, I want to go to the bounce house, the obstacle course bounce house. Strike by Marino, and it has not stopped rocking ever since. And that's a couple of hours, let's just put it that way. 1-1 on Cole Dillon, excuse me. Cole Eaton will be next. Swing and a miss, 1-2. High fly ball hit pretty well to left field. Going back is Moss. And he makes the catch at the fence. So just not quite enough on that one for Cole Dillon. He has had a line out. He's had a fly deep to the fence in left field, so just missed a couple of them. And that'll bring up Cole Eaton. Hit into a double play, fly to center, singled in a run in the fourth, and then walked and scored in the sixth. So he's driven in one, he scored two. He now has 9 runs scored. And he's up here against Marino, who's clocked at low 80s for the fastball. Low to mid 70s for the off-speed stuff, according to the great Carson. Carson the Magnificent, we'll call him. Not for long, just for a couple of times. Yeah, it just doesn't ring well. Doesn't sound good. There's a line drive to right center field. Smith, who's out there, makes the catch. For the second out, another well-hit ball by the Potters, but right at the defense, and Jake Tandy will be the hitter. Jake has walk fly to center at a 2-run double and a single and scored a run in the sixth, so he is 2 for 3. Stones McCoy wants to, this is from Stones McCoy, right? He wants to give me power so I can say, he says, I'll give everybody that subscribes now through Sunday half off their subscription. All right. That's awesome. Line drive, base hit left field. Tandy rounds first. Moss giving chase into the corner. Jake says, I'm going for 2. The ball's not coming in as he has to pick it up. It was rolling around out there, and Tandy's got himself another 3-hit night. He's got a double, and he's at second with 2 outs here in the 7th. That's hit number 12 for the Potters, number 3 for Jake Tandy. And here's JT Walden. JT has walked, doubled, flied to center, and grounded out. He has a run scored. He has a run driven in. He now has 9 runs batted in 3 games. And he's on the corner of the fastball for a strike. 2 home runs on the season for JT. His first 2 appearances at the plate this season. A couple nights ago, he went yard the first 2 times he stepped to the plate. Check swing, did he go? He did not go, according to base umpire. And the Alpha Prime fans let him have it. 1 ball and 1 strike. So half off subscriptions courtesy of Stones McCoy, thanks to me, who has the power to say so. JT takes in the dirt, and that bounces all the way back to the screen. Tandy will go to third on the wild pitch. He's 90 feet away, and you can never have too many runs in a game like this. It's 11-8. Bentley, Ekezian, Lorenzini, and now Marino. 4 pitchers for Alpha Prime. Remember, these 2 teams meet up again tomorrow, 1:05. It promises to be another back-and-forth contest. Come on out. Afternoon baseball here at McBean. Always a lot of fun. JT takes outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's good to see fans, even though it's the bottom of the 7th and you can get tired. You're out here for a while. You're still going to get stuff from Hobby down there. Mi Ranchero. Pueblito, I have to say that or your dad gets all mad. Or is Pueblito Ranchero or Ranchero Pueblito? JT takes a ball and it gets away. And here comes Tandy coming in from third. He will score. Head first dive by Jake Tandy, and he is in on the wild pitch. Walk to JT Walden. He goes down to first base. The Potters put run number 12 up on the board. And here's Jacob Doyle. An RBI single, a walk, 2 strikeouts for Jacob Doyle today. Swings and misses of that fastball. That might have been Moreno's best fastball he's thrown this inning. And he is ahead in the count, no balls and 1 strike. J.R. Freedy to follow if Jacob can keep the inning going for the Potters, who have scored once here after 2 were out. Doyle fouls that one back to the screen. Quickly 0-2. Dillon started by flying out to left, then Eaton flied to center. Tandy ripped a double down the third base line. Went to third on a wild pitch, scored on a wild pitch. Sliding head first across the plate. Swing and a miss. Doyle is down on strikes. 1 run for the Potters, 1 hit in the 7th. We go to the 8th. They lead at 12-8.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of the 8th inning, Jake McCowan out for his 2nd inning of work. He'll take on the top of the order for Alpha Prime, Brock Sell, Dylan Moss, and Bo Smith. Rockets grounded out twice, flied out, and been hit by a pitch. He scored a run back in the 3rd inning, left-handed hitter. Outside with a fastball out in right field out of Tokay High School. Chopped down to first. Walden handles it. He waves off the pitcher and tags the bag a couple of steps ahead of Broxell. So 1 out here in the 8th inning, and Dylan Moss will be the hitter. He struck out back in the 1st, then has walked twice and been hit by a pitch since then, and has scored 2 runs. The left fielder's been on the base paths a lot tonight. Right-handed hitter up here against Jake McCowan. Castillo started, went 3 innings, and Micah Marquez went 3 innings, and now Jake McCowan. Fastball just a little bit too high. Jake throwing at about 91 miles an hour with the fastball. Breaking stuff just under 80 from Jake McCowan out of Folsom Lake College. And that fastball is perfect. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right down the middle again. It's a pretty good formula. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball moves him away from the plate. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by McCowan. Gets the strikeout. And with 2 outs, that brings us up Bo Smith, who came on and batted for Alec Blair back in the 6th inning and struck out. Blair was 2 for 2 while he was in there with a run scored and a run driven in. So Smith up here for his 2nd appearance of the night with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Takes in the dirt, 1-0. Cole Dillon behind the plate in his first appearance as a Potter. Alonzo Alvarez on deck, the catcher, number 4 hitter. Swing and a miss on a fastball down the middle, which McCowan has found suddenly in the last 2 hitters. That fastball down the middle has worked pretty well for him. And he evens up the count at 1-1 on Bo Smith. That's in the dirt. 2-1. Seven strikeouts for the Potters pitchers through 7 2/3 innings in this one. High, 3-1. Milling around in the Potters bullpen. Wouldn't be surprised to see someone else come out for the 9th inning. Although we've had 2 pitchers pitch 3 innings apiece, so maybe that's the way that Tyler Robertson's doing it today. 3-1 pitches inside, and Smith gets the base on balls. Second walk coming up by McCowan, and now Alonzo Alvarez will get another chance. Fly to center, sacrifice fly, line to second, and hit into a double play, 4-6-3. So 0 for 3 for Alvarez. He does have a run driven in. Out of Heritage High School, left-hand hitting catcher. Up here with 2 outs, and Smith over at first base. Under these 2 teams will play again tomorrow, 1:05. Popped out of play. And the Potters take on the West Coast Kings on Tuesday before taking on the Menlo Legacy. They return to town next Thursday and Friday. Then it's the West Coast Kings on Saturday, and the Seals come in on Sunday. So a lot of action next week. Get your tickets, LincolnPotters.com. A lot of special promotions, mostly around beer, to be honest with you. There goes the runner. Throw to second base from his knees is not in time. And Smith gets the stolen base. We saw Thebe is our warming up for the Potters. That is down low. 2-1 on Alvarez. He's followed by Mason Pike in the Alpha Prime order. Alvarez in the 4 spot. Three and 1. Cowan again having a little trouble, it seems like, with where he's landing. And he's behind in the count, 3-1 to Alvarez. Swing and a miss, ball gets away, and going to third is Smith. Full count now on Alvarez. That ball was in the dirt. So Smith at third, 2 outs. Potters hanging on to that 12-8 lead. Took them a while to get it, then they gave it back, then they got it back, and they've had it for a while. 3-2 pitches hit high to right field and deep. Moving back is Doyle. He has room. It's knocked down in front of the warning track for the 3rd out. So McCowan gets out of it, holds him with no runs in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters still on top by 4.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
front door with my teenage boy and a couple more from up the road. He had 'em by the collar, said.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Potters leading at 12-8. Joe Marino back on the hill for Alpha Prime. He'll face J.R. Freethy, then Luke Mancy and Quincy Marlboro. 6, 7, and 8 for the Potters. J.R. has walked. He's been hit by a pitch, and then he's walked, and then he walked. So again, first appearance of the season, still not an official at bat. If I'm distracted, it's because I'm being inundated by messages from Stones McCoy telling me to give half off and free to YouTube, which is free. So he's doing the bit, and he's like doing it like 7 times. I'm getting messages here. It's free. It's half off. It's 2/3 off. Okay, Stones. I got it. We all got it, okay? Here's J.R. Freethy. It's in the dirt for a ball. J.R. has scored twice today, back in the 4th and again in the 5th. That's in the dirt again. 2 balls and no strikes to J.R. Freethy out of UNR. Swinging and a miss. Actually, might fouled it in the catcher's glove, but it's the same deal. 2-1. Marino's 2-1 is lined. A nice grab by Corneliuson, who did it again. He did it earlier in the game and took a hit away, and he takes one away from Freethy right there. So there's 1 out here in the 8th inning, and that'll bring up Luke Mancy, who's single, doubled, lined out, and grounded to first. Singled and scored in the 4th, doubled and scored in the 5th. Up here against the left-hander, Joseph Marino. Breaking ball in there for a strike. The top of the zone right there, 0-1. That's hit sharply out. 1 hopper, 2 hoppers to second base. Picked up out there by Hayes, over to first for the out. So 2 outs quickly here against Moreno in the 8th, and that'll bring up Quincy Marlboro, who has grounded to second. Then he had an RBI walk, a 2-run single, and a 1-run single. So he is 2 for 3. He has scored once. He has driven in 4, and he's up here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. So Marlboro steps in here with 263 coming into the game. Right-handed hitting left fielder. Takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Oh and 1 on Quincy. Brett Griffiths on deck if Quincy should reach. Pops it up, but it's out of play, so it'll be 0-2 on Marlboro. Nolan Thebe warming up for the Potters. Might come in to close this one out. McCowan with 2 innings of work already. 0-2 now on Quincy. Takes that one low and outside. 1-2. Alpha Prime in the ninth will have Mason Pike, Luke Corneliuson, and Trent Roach, the first three hitters, against whoever the Potters put out there. Line drive up the middle. That is a base hit. Quincy with 3 hits tonight. And he is on with 2 outs, and here's Brett Griffiths, who was grounded to second and an RBI single, then struck out and flied to right. So 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored for Brett in this one. Second hit allowed by Moreno. Brett takes a strike. Nice pitch from Moreno. 0-1 on Griffiths. Umbro very close to first. Brett takes a fastball and just misses outside. Evens it up at 1-1. 13 hits for the Potters in this one. All of them after the third inning. Brett hits it well to left center field. Going back is Moss, still going back. And he catches it right in front of the fence. So Griffin hits it hard, but Moss with a nice running catch in left field. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the top of the ninth. Potters 12, Alpha Prime 8.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Top of the ninth inning from McBean Stadium. Nolan Thebe out of William Jessup University coming out to finish this one off, hopefully for the Potters. And manager Tyler Robertson, he'll face Mason Pike, Luke Corneliuson, and Trent Roach, the first 3 hitters for Alpha Prime, who went out to a 6-0 lead, but since then it's been mostly all Potters to the tune of 12-2. And it'll be Thebe, who's the 4th pitcher. Castillo went the first 3, then Micah Marquez, who stands to be the winner if the Potters can hold on here. Then Jake McCowan, who went 2 innings, gave up just 1 hit. He walked 2 and struck out 2. So here's Thebe. Fastball's in there for a strike. Pike has struck out, hit by a pitch. He singled and scored in the 5th and then flied to left in the 7th. So he is 1 for 3 and has scored a run. Puyallup, Washington for Mason Pike. Swings and misses at that one. So Thebe quickly comes in, throws two of them past Pike, and he is ahead in the count 0-2. This is outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That grunt, I don't know if that grunt came from Thebe or whoever it was from, because he got grunts from all of his teammates out on the field after he grunted. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Pike is down on strikes. 1 out here in the 9th inning. And that will bring up Luke Corneliuson, who has walked, hit a sacrifice fly, doubled, and then popped out to shortstop. So he scored twice. He's driven in 1. Carson gave me the card on Thebe, and I disagreed. He said 88 to 89. I said no. You're not supposed to disagree with the guy with all the technology, but sometimes you just got to go by what you see. Trent Roach will be next for Alpha Prime. 1 ball and no strikes on Corneliuson. Look out, that's inside. And if Luke would have had an extra burger at lunchtime, that might have hit him, but he got out of the way. Two balls, no strikes. Inside again, 3-0. Pitch sails high. It's a 4-pitch walk to Corneliuson. He is on base again, his second walk of the night, and they'll bring up Trent Roach, who came on in the DH role back in the 5th inning. He had an RBI ground out and then walked in the 7th. Chase Bentley, who started in that role and on the mound, had a home run and a single and drove in 3 runs. So here's Roach, a left-handed hitter against Thebe. Outside for a ball. Trent Roach out of Hollister High School. Ticketed for the University of California at Berkeley. Left-handed hitter. Ahead in the count 1-0 with Corneliuson at first base. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Good cowbell action there in the 9th inning. You don't always get all the cowbells in the 9th inning, but we've got a very good sampling of them. That one misses the throw back behind the runner at first. Walden puts the tag on, but too late. 2-1 on the hitter, Trent Roach. Kyle Peterson on deck. Fastball on the outside corner. Beautiful spot, 2-2. Two pitch coming up. Short lead at first base. Misses that one outside, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Phoebe gets the strikeout, his second. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. And it is Kyle Peterson, who came on to bat for Wilson back in the 7th and got a base hit, making his second appearance here. So he is obviously 1 for 1, and he's got 2 outs and a runner at first. Thebe down low. Nice block by Cole Dillon. Took something off that one, it looked like. 1-0 on Peterson. He'll be followed by Rashad Hayes, the second baseman. Potters trying to pull out what at one time seemed like an unlikely win when they were down 6-0 after 3 innings. Popped out of play, 1-1. Came back with 7 in the 4th and then traded the lead a couple times before finally emerging on the good side and stretching it out from 9-8 to what is now 12-8. Breaking ball, beautiful pitch. 1-2. The last strike guy is here in spirit, and if he was here in fact, he would be screaming and jumping and rallying, and the fans, kind of like in consideration of his spirit, they are rising as one with no real leader. They're just getting up and cheering. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. That's your ball game. Phoebe strikes out 3 in the 9th. Potters right off into the sunset. Final score, Potters 12, Alpha Prime 8. We're back after 60 seconds with a little post-game wrap-up brought to you by Friends of McBean right after this. Welcome back to Potters Wrap-Up, brought to you by Friends of McBean, trying to raise money for a new scoreboard here at McBean Stadium. And you see the QR code. If you want to donate, get more information, scan that QR code, and let's get ourselves a nice spanking brand new scoreboard out here at McBean Stadium. Tonight, that scoreboard would have been working overtime. Potters fell behind 6-0 after 3 innings. Chase Bentley started for Alpha Prime. He pitched well, also hit a home run and drove in a run with a single. He left the game after 3. Potters took care of the rest of the pitching from Alpha Prime, scoring all 12 of their runs after the 3rd inning. Our player of the game brought to you by Old Town Pizza, Quincy Marlboro. Fantastic job by Quincy at a Folsom Lake College. He was 3 for 4. He scored a run. He drove in 4, and he was just the catalyst at the bottom of the lineup that the Potters needed to pull out this one. They improved their record to 6-1 on the season. The winning pitcher, Micah Marquez, who came on in relief of Ryan Castillo. And the two teams meet again tomorrow, 1:05. You can hear it right here and see it right here on Stones Radio Network or Lincoln Potters Baseball YouTube, or come on out to McBean Stadium and enjoy an afternoon game in Purpose. Our reminder again, LincolnPotters.com for all tickets and information. On behalf of Ride the Engineer and Jason and Carson and the great Willie Preston, I'm Mark the Phantom Low Thang. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Gotta keep them separated.